Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And then the band were in the house. Diddly-dee-dee. Oh, I thought I'd do a bit of an umpire back because we're really well known for our amazing rock band. You know, we play up. I mean, there's like William Hendrix, and down here we got Phil from Genesis, and Ray, who's Chuck Berry. Well, he would have if he wore one. And but it's time we branched out and covered some brass band stuff. Have a banana. I tell you now, it's a whole fan base that we've not gone for yet, fellas. We ought to really consider it. Okay, fair point. We won't then. How are you, chaps? How have you been?
Hey, Rokk. Hey, David. William. What's
Doing
going
good,
on?
man.
Morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you're at.
Yeah.
It's 9:04 for me a.m. Pacific.
It is. Yes, it is. That's correct. It's 5:04 p.m. UK time. Is that GMT, David? I always get confused.
We're on GMT until it hits the summer, then it's BST. British Summer Time.
Right. So we are GMT. That's all right then.
We might as well just call it BS because they want to do away with it now, don't they?
What? Get rid of the T. Just have British. Just BS.
Well, they want to get rid of the whole.
There's
extra
plenty of
stuff,
BS.
don't they? They want to get rid of it.
It's 6 o'clock BS in Britain. That kind of works for me. Kind of works for me.
Oh,
Wilhelm.
Here
What?
we go. Hello.
What?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I'm just somebody. They already the I win. The exclamation.
Oh yeah. Well, I ain't getting nothing, mate. No prizes on this show. We are prize enough. Let's be completely honest here. William,
Yes, sir.
you know, over the last 7 days since we last did the show, you know, what have you been doing? What have you been playing, mate?
Well, I've been getting my...
I built that right up, David. Did you see that? You didn't know what to expect there, did he?
I didn't. But hey, I've been getting my butt kicked by this man right here in some Marvel Snap.
See, on the actual
Oh, is he down?
screen, he's below you. Yes.
By that man.
Whoa!
That's
Anyway.
where he is.
In Marvel Snap, you can now invite your friends to a friendly competition. And Ray has beaten me twice, I just have to say.
Hasn't beaten me yet, though, have you, Ray?
No. I didn't use my my good deck.
Okay,
But
okay.
I got my deck ready for you.
Okay.
Excuse me?
My
What
deck.
did he just say?
And I'm ready for your deck, Ray. I'm ready for it.
Deck, like Jack the Halls, deck.
Wow, I thought, wow, it's early to go to Black Nut. That's
It's very
normally,
early.
you don't normally pull Black Nut out till at least halfway through the show. Yeah, see,
Hold on.
Joe thinks, when I was mentioning Hendrix and Phil from Genesis, I've forgotten his surname. What was he called? Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
Yeah, Joe was saying there's no way you know who these people are. Is that true, David?
Right. I know them by name. And I know some of their music, right?
Yeah.
I actually have some old music tastes. My music tastes are more 60s and 70s and 80s anyway, so... Yeah, old.
There's nothing. No, Hendrix.
For a young
Hendrix,
man, his
maybe.
tastes are eclectic.
For a young man, yeah.
How did you
know everything.
How did you put it the other day, William? He's a young man with an old soul.
Yep, that is correct.
Yeah. Spinal Prison, who, by the way, David, is so named because she also has back issues. She's asking, why are you standing? It's time to tell the world, my friend.
I'm in the middle of a move. And I don't have couches at this house yet. I've got a bit of bad back myself, and the movers dismantled my bed. So currently my mattress is on the floor, so I just don't have a good place to put the computer at the minute, except kitchen unit. So here we are in my kitchen.
Yeah, he's new in. That's his. There's his dining room, and he's got no furniture. So it's like I said, he's like a homeless with a home. It's a whole new trend.
Beautiful hobbit hole you have, though.
Yeah, and I like the colour scheme as well. It's a nice kind of green, and then you've got a yellow in one of
Mustard.
the other.
Got a
rooms.
mustard.
What I like
Yeah.
is that the green isn't mold.
Yes.
That's fair. That's fair. It makes a heap of difference.
Yeah, although it's harder to paint. See, the old green would just grow, and it would.
But
I love this. I love the place. I love the new place.
I love it too.
Looks
And
amazing.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I was going to mention backstage, but I didn't get round to it yet. The dog just seems like 10 times more energetic and happy since we moved here. And he was anxious for the first day or two, but I usually think it's just the air being cleaner and whatnot. He's noticing it.
Wow.
Or
yeah.
you're more relaxed, which
Yes.
means he's more relaxed.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Might be a bit of
Yeah.
both. but
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
much better place. Much better.
Is it just me, or is David even looking more Hollywood this week?
Hey, he is looking quite
Yeah,
dapper.
he's
Tell
kind
him.
of got a Hollywoodness to him, don't you think?
Yeah.
Look at those Superman curls.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, I could genuinely see him in The Walking Dead as one of those. I think it would
Before
work.
the decay. Before.
No, I was thinking after.
Oh.
Look, yeah, Phipps is saying rock cribs. I like it, rock cribs. Because we could have every week we could have a look around our houses because Ray's got he's got a baby grand, haven't you, mate? You've got a huge, big
Let
kind
me
of
introduce you to my ex-neighbor.
piano.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's got a skull going on there. It's not a legit, like
No.
an aged thing.
No.
Yeah.
It's not a relic from the past.
Grandma. Say hi, Grandma.
Be like, hey, we made Grandma into an ashtray.
We didn't have the heart to cremate her, so we kept we each took a bit each, and I got the head, the most recognisable part. Bless her, dear old grandma. Oh dear, we've got some lovely folk in the chat as
We
always.
got amazing people.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Spinal says looks like David is radiating happiness.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he is a genuinely happy fellow. But he's happier than he's happier than he's been for a long time in his new abode. And do you know the good thing as well, guys, is that he's actually the vanguard, like those really run down areas of the major cities. And then somebody says, you know what, let's invest. And then we'll get all of the yuppies in and it'll be like that's what David is. He's the first one in. And now everyone else will want to move in. Even Bear, you see that? Bear's agreeing there with a little yippee yap.
I'm a pioneer of gentrification. Is that what you said?
Yes, exactly, my friend. A gentrified pioneer. Exactly what you are.
Jokingly, we actually had a billionaire take interest in our town about a decade ago.
Right.
Town was in ruin, but we have a really big castle, and the castle had some really ancient Spanish paintings that were worth a lot. So they went off to auction. He bought a couple of the paintings, and he was like, "Can I store them at the castle, please, until I can pick them up, just as you would?" And we said, "Well, sorry, no, we're trying to sell the castle as well." And he was like, "Well, I'll go. It's a lovely castle." We got told the story, and he felt a little sorry for the town, so he came to visit. And he was like, "You know what? This is actually a really pretty place. I could see myself living here if I put a bit more money into it and get rid of the riffraff and whatnot." And so over the past 10
Get
years,
rid of the riffraff.
I know, but seriously, over the
Hey,
past
this
10
looks
years,
wonderful. You're moving, and you're moving.
Yeah. The shame of it, he's actually in London. This is the amazing thing. That guy must have some serious cash.
oh yeah, he really does. He's not shy about it. His name's plastered all over the town. He's Jonathan Ruffer. He's some multi-billionaire or multi-millionaire, and he's made this town his pet project.
Where did he make his money then?
Not a clue. I've had it told to me before. I really don't. It could be energy or something like that, or housing. He's in one of those big markets. You know what I mean? He's
a British city investor, art collector, and philanthropist. Born in 1951 in England, to Major John Edward Morris Ruffer and Dorothy Dodo Margaret Willan. Both of those clearly riff-raff names, and you
Sounds
can tell.
very official.
Yeah. Good on him. Well, there you go. I can even see him down there. Look, bless him with his little specs and everything.
Yeah,
He's
the town has been getting gentrified, funny enough, for the
Yeah.
past 10 years. It's starting to look really nice, though.
That's
We're getting
amazing.
really nice businesses. We got this big theatre project downtown.
Wow. Well, you need to get him sponsoring our show, mate.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what we
you
can.
do.
We
Yeah, you
we
do.
could be rougher for rougher. And it works. That's our strap line right there. Rock the boys rougher for rougher. Riff rough. That works for me. Penner's in the house. Hello, my friend. How are you
I
doing?
see Vet talking about what he's got a maple applewood grilled chicken and twice baked cheddar cheese potatoes.
There's only two things that Vet ever thinks about. One is gaming, and the other one's what he's going to be eating next. That's all he ever thinks about.
That's all I'm going to think about for the rest of that night is that.
Oh, what was
The
it?
rest
It
of the
was
show, anyway.
maple applewood, whatever that means, grilled chicken, and twice baked
Maple
cheddar
applewood
cheese
smoke
potatoes.
flavor. That's the smoke
No, no.
flavors.
I,
Maple
no,
applewood.
I bet you not. I bet you it's maple applewood bacon on the chicken sandwich.
Wow.
I'm a fat guy. I know these things.
There you go.
I know how to eat.
Wowza. Amazing. So, William, what have you been playing, my friend, since we met last? What games have you been affronting?
Oh, Marvel Snap. I finished Ghostbusters remaster, which was an incredible little experience. I was going to give tips on it, but there's literally like 3 tips. The game's really small.
Oh, really?
But it's got all the original actors in it, like Harold Ramis and all of them before his passing. So it's pretty cool. I beat Mafia 1 remaster. I started Mafia 2. Oh boy, what else, man? I completed Spider-Man as well. I gave the tips last week on that one.
Yes.
So.
Oh, you finished that one.
Yeah,
Did
so I've
you
been super busy.
have you cracked open Hogwarts yet? Because you pre-ordered, didn't you?
I did pre-order it.
Yeah.
But Wilson's going to discuss it later. But I haven't. I've preloaded it, but
Right.
I have to wait for a certain time today for it to be
I've got a small little story to impart about Hogwarts. So I thought I'll pre-order it as well, then I can play it today, 3 days before it launches. So I went and got my CD key. I went and got my CD keys code and entered it. Yeah, and then it said opens on the 10th. So I emailed them and said, "Hang on, it's a pre-order." They said, "No. No. If you want the pre-order play early, you got to get for the deluxe version."
Yes.
Oh, what? I want the cheap
Deluxe.
version. So I'm going to wait 3 days. I'm not worried.
There you go. Yeah, I mean it's 3 days. Just stay away from the reviews. You probably won't be thing, but it's very interesting. But on CD keys though, you can pick up the deluxe edition for the price of the full price of the standard. So you can
Wow.
from CD keys you can get it for $59.
So in as well as the ability to play it from today, what else do they give you up there? But like a broom that works in Universal, like
No,
Ray's
you
got?
get the dark arts like cloak and stuff. You get a griffin to ride, and you also get a dark arts training center.
Yeah, it's all dark arts themed. So you get this dark griffin, and you get
nothing like riding a griffin,
which gives you early access to the dark
I don't
arts
think
stuff.
it's I don't think there's any content necessarily like game content behind a paywall. It's just skins and other stuff. But that arena is interesting though.
The
If
dark
anybody,
arts arena, that would be content, not really like DLC or anything or any type of expansion or story, but there's arenas in the game where you can test out your abilities, kind of like training grounds. I don't know if it's PvP or if it's PvE yet. But
something that's interesting is that the developers are saying that the game is about, for single player or whatever, the story is about 40 to 45 hours, and to 100% the game is about 70 hours. Which is pretty good. That's under Ubisoft by a little bit, so it's not going to be overwhelming.
it's very comparable to an AC.
But comparable, yeah.
Yeah, very comparable.
When Ray said there's nothing like riding a griffin, My mind immediately went to that episode of Family Guy when Brian fell in love with Lois Griffin, and that's all that
Oh
little fella
no!
wanted.
Oh no!
That's all that little fella wanted, bless him. And why not? Right, Ray, what have you been playing this week? I mean, apart from kicking bum with Marvel Snapdragon thing.
Well, definitely loving Marvel Snap. Love and I actually can play. You can actually play on your phone, get the code, and just play with somebody that's on their PC or whatever. So I love that. Love that. And but a bit playing a lot of Battlefield 2042. Been playing Dying Light 2. Jumped back into that and started playing that.
Good game.
And what else? And then
Among Us.
Oh yeah, watching Among Us. Haven't played it, just watching. Oh wait a minute. Oh yes, Among Us. Playing that on SPG's channel. But I am extremely excited about Hogwarts. Love it.
Have you
Can't wait.
ordered it, Ray? Have you got it
Man,
on?
I'm the 10th guy. I don't need all that. You know what? All that extra stuff is cool, but
Yeah,
man,
me
I'm
too.
old school. I can wait till the 10th. And then no offense to the guys that are streaming it, but I'm gonna be like this because
Yeah, same.
I want to experience it on my own. So I'm probably not gonna stream it. I'm probably just
No.
gonna watch other people probably stream it later. But
Yeah,
for the next few days, I'm just gonna be like this. But
yeah, I'm the
I'm happy
same.
that everybody's getting it.
Well,
Yeah.
I bought that Rock for Sierra, basically. She doesn't play very many games, but she does game. So she loves Wreckfest. She loves joining in with Ray's streams and playing and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not even firing the game up until she can sit down and fire it up and build a character. I'm literally giving her the best shot at actually playing the game. And then if she plays it, I'm going to try to talk her into sitting in this seat at least one time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Awesome. David, you've been so busy. You're going to tell me you've had no time to game in the last week.
I barely had time to game. You're right. I've jumped into a couple of sessions online since I got my internet back because I had no internet for a few days with the move.
Ran me over on a tank. Don't forget that. Blaze. What is Blaze Pimps?
Blaze V Pimps
Blaze
is a
V. Pimps.
feared. He is a feared pilot in Battlefield
Ran
2042.
over my head with his tank. Beheaded me in chivalry. Stabbed me in the butt yesterday with his spear. Yeah, in
wow.
chivalry too.
His spear
Yeah.
gets around.
And did he accuse you in Among Us, Ray?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Everybody.
we all voted Ray off.
Me.
We all voted Ray off.
You
But
see-
I'm the first one to die. I'm usually the first one to die. I just, I'm,
Hey now, you successfully went around and killed everyone with your partner Ray.
Yes, I did.
in Among
Yes.
Us.
Yes.
I don't know. It's
Yes.
poor Ray. Poor Ray. That's all I can say. Just pick on him. It's not fair. And, and what have you been playing, David? Sorry.
Well, a little bit of everyone's stream, so
Yeah.
Chivalry, built that bit of Battlefield, and when
Yeah.
I had no internet, I had Fallout 4 downloaded, so I was playing a bit of that again. I hadn't played that since release, so
Nice.
yeah, but not a lot of gaming. Not a lot of
No.
gaming. I've been trying to
No.
get-
I've now got into Ragnarok. It's starting to bite me now. I'm starting to enjoy it, which is good. But also been playing some Deliver Us Mars until I got stuck. And then I've gone back to Ragnarok.
Now, was it a puzzle rock or a
Yeah.
bug encountered? Or
Yeah, no. It's a puzzle. Yeah, you got to kind of line up a bunch of lasers, and they're all in different rooms, but two of the rooms are locked. And for the life of me, I can't work out how to unlock the rooms. I've been all around the ship, and I've tried everything. So
It'll be some daft thing that's right under your nose,
Yes.
mate. That's what
It
it'll
will.
be. Something that they'll
Yeah.
taught you early on. You'll have used it twice and forgotten about it, and then
Yeah.
you'll go, oh.
do you know what? You're absolutely right. So I thought, no, I'll take a break from it and I'll come back in a few days' time. I'm determined to do. I did that with Deliver Us the Moon first time I played it as well. I gave up, and then when it came out on Stadia, I attacked it again and completed it. So definitely got to be the way to go forward. Right, fellas, we're on a tight schedule. Should we move across to the news? We've already blown our time scales. Let's get over there. Hang on, where is he? Rokk. Oh, hang on. And Rokk, what? Yes. Yeah. Boom, there he is. Oh, look. Now then, share screen. Oh, I'm always prepared, guys. You know me. There we are. Perfect. So, very quickly, we're going to rattle through the news. Firstly, a bit more sad news from Amazon Luna. They've ditched, or are in the process of ditching, another 50 games. Do you remember they got rid of 40 back in December, 40 or 50 in December? And they just seem to be taking out a big pot of games and replacing them with 10 or 15. I've got my own theories and I've asked around, and a few folk are not, they're a little bit concerned. What do you guys think? What do you reckon they're up to there?
My speculation isn't going to be very friendly. I think this is a bad sign for Luna, and I hate to say it because I love the cloud. I love the promise, the potential. But it looks like they're actually winding down instead of restructuring in the sense that we thought they may have been. But maybe they are winding down, or maybe these 50 titles don't. I mean, they're not being played. We don't know any of the numbers either. They could look at some of these titles and go, okay, out of all the people that we have, nobody played this one. Get it out of here. Yeah. Nobody's playing this one. Get it out of here. We don't really know what the metrics are for what they're basing some of these decisions on, but it feels and seems like a wind down, which sucks for Cloud.
Yeah. What I wonder is why would they take away so many games without just announcing a wind down? That's because it's so many games, 60 and then 40 prior, and it's...
Well, Stadia never gave us a hint of what was going on. If you asked Stadia 3 days before, they would have said, no, we're in it for the long haul.
This is what I'm saying, though. Stadia never gave us a hint, whereas this kind of looks like it could be, in a way, but it also could... What if it's just contracts ending and they're realising that it isn't beneficial for their profit, it isn't pulling people in, and they want to start another 30 contracts in the next quarter?
We don't know what the metrics are. That's
I heard somewhere where I've read on another article they're out with the old and trying to bring in the new, but it just seems like the new is not the equivalent of what is they're taking away. And so and I'm kind of upset because I'm actually an Amazon Luna founder and I've been there since day one. Some of these games I played and I wanted to go back and finish, and I can't. They're not there. They're gone. Well, they're gone.
I see Far Cry. They're be gone. I see Far Cry 6 listed up there. Is that one of the ones that are leaving? Because that's a newer title.
Yeah, these are all the ones that are leaving here.
And that's what doesn't make any. Well, it just honestly transparency. That's what I would love to see.
No, I don't see it gone. Okay.
I would love to see them just like what's going on, but if you're getting rid of all these games, I would love to see what's coming then or what's coming up next. But at the end of the day, man, they're gonna.
If they're not careful, people will take this as a slowdown or wind down, regardless.
How can you not
perception?
Take it
I know. I mean, perception is everything. If they don't want that perception, they should get ahead of it. But
I agree.
But even regardless of that, I mean, just losing this amount of games, 50 games, being such a massive blow to Luna. Dorrigan had a video that came out about 3 or 4 days ago, which it's been rather controversial in our community, but it's a really interesting watch. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. And it's a comparison of GFN to PlayStation, and just GFN. It wasn't just a comparison of GFN to PlayStation. Sorry, it was just a talk of general overall review. Yeah. But he based a lot of it off PlayStation because that's something he had a lot of knowledge about. But something he did mention is that GFN had something like, I can't remember, 500 games or 1,000 games, and Steam itself had over 80,000 games. So something like Luna, I don't know how many it's got, say it's got 200, and it loses 50, that's a massive blow.
Yeah,
it just goes to show you how little the cloud gaming market is compared to...
Yeah. Well, it's a quarter. It's a quarter of their entire stock. It's not an insubstantial amount. Yeah, I mean, I covered this on Clock last night with some theories, but we've got to watch that one. I am a little concerned, the same as you guys, to be honest. Meanwhile, we had, not that I was that worried, a Grammy Awards this week, and the soundtrack for Valhalla won the first what do they call it? Video games and other interactive media, which was pretty cool. Now I don't know
That's
if
not
this
how you
is.
pronounce it, Rock.
Yeah,
they
I
got
know. I've got to get this up. I'm not sure whether this this audio is going to come through. So let me know if it does, guys. But this is so funny if this works. Can you hear this? No.
No.
Okay.
Did you check out the audio?
Yeah. So the guy says, and the Grammy goes to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. He clearly hadn't rehearsed it. Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
But you know what? He's probably on stage. He's looking at he's nervous.
Well, of
I
course,
know,
he's on
probably
2 Xanax.
nervous.
Give him
Yeah.
a break.
Plus the coke he sniffed, but we would never accuse him of that, would
Yeah.
we? Never accuse him of that. Listen, guys, there's been a ton of games all over the shop being ditched this week. It seems the live service. Do you remember there was like Battle Royale, and then there was the Battle Pass stuff, and then there's live service games, and they're all getting ditched. It's like there's a mass dumping.
2 things worry me when I hear about a game: procedurally generated and live service. Those are the 2 things that always get me worried about a game.
Yep. Well, look at the games: Apex Legends Mobile and Battlefield Mobile. That's going. Knockout City. That's going. Rumbleverse. We heard about the other day. That's
Yes.
going. Crossfire X.
We have
Look
a
at them all.
joke.
Echo VR.
We have a joke going
Wow.
around the community. Everything that Jeff Janak really loves to play, they always kill.
Kiss of death.
Yeah,
Kiss
absolutely.
of death.
It was his birthday. Stadia shut down. You know,
Yeah.
he loved Rumbleverse. It got shut down. So
Wow.
he says he's going to dive into a bunch of EA titles and try to get them removed.
Interesting.
They're not the only ones. Marvel Avengers, Super Animal Royale.
Yeah.
Jeff
Yeah.
has to death. He really does.
No, it's true. And as Joe says, I mean, a lot of it obviously is they are super expensive to run.
Yes.
You know, the hosting and the network and so on behind the scenes.
If
And
it-
if they
if-
don't get the turn up, if people don't turn up, it ain't worth
If
having them there.
if it's not doing Fortnite or Call of
Yeah.
Duty numbers, it just
Or even Destiny.
or Destiny.
Yeah.
They're just not doing the numbers. That's
Yeah,
what
With
it
the
is.
live
Games
service
aren't working
games,
for them anymore.
Yeah.
it lives and
Yeah.
dies by its player base.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it
agree.
truly does.
So that's a shame. Over at Twitter, Elon Musk is killing the games, chaps. Apparently, games like Genshin Impact and Ark Knights you can log in using your Twitter account, or you used to be able to. But Musk has killed off the free API access that these guys used to use for that. So, get social login, so you can log in with your Google or your Facebook, and Twitter was one of those. And of course, anywhere that has been using the free Twitter API, that ends, boom, and I think it's this week, it may even be today. So if you've been logging in to Genshin Impact or any of the others, all of a sudden, you ain't getting in.
So
And
what's their reasoning for removing that? It seems like such a small thing, but so convenient for so many folks.
Oh, I mean, who knows what Elon Musk's reasoning is for anything?
True.
He is trying because he's going to charge for it. That's why. He doesn't want anything going out from Twitter for free. Why? And I suppose that makes some sense. But if that's fine, if you say, look, you've got 12 months and then we're killing it off, so you've got time to implement an alternative strategy. But he literally announced this like a week ago. In a week's time, we're shutting it off. Well, that's not a turnaround for these guys. It takes that long just to get into the code and then to beta test it and get it out and get it up in front of the consoles to have it ratified and everything. So, not clever. Ark Knight's tweet suggested similarly, we strongly recommend players binding their game accounts with the YoStar account, whatever that is, if they have not done so. So, there you go. Elon is now creating waves in the gaming community. Bless him. Talking of third parties and getting upset. Of course, Apple, as you know, had the famous spat a couple of years back or a year back on not allowing any Apple app that you could use purely for. Do you remember we had an issue with Stadia? Stadia couldn't get a
Yeah.
native app on
Yep.
there, and GeForce and so on. Well, the CMA, which is the good old UK's competition and market authority, they've kind of opened up a bit of war on, well, everybody actually, but Apple as well. And they're saying to Apple, they are specifically causing issues with cloud gaming applications not being able to run. Of course, Apple have hit back and said, that's rubbish. We've got safeguard our users with games and things. There can be all sorts of issues. But nobody's pointing out that these games are not installed on the Apple device. So it's actually, they are really coming out all guns blazing. And there's going to be a big old showdown, I think, between the CMA and Apple in the not too distant future. That's definitely one to watch out for. I know I'm rattling through these chaps. Normally we have a big old debate, but we've all got to head off at the top of the hour. So I'm quickly moving to the very last one, which of course is that GeForce Now is celebrating a 3-year anniversary. I know somebody else that's celebrating a 3-year anniversary as well.
Congratulations, Rokk.
Yeah, if you guys missed it, go back Sunday.
Yeah.
Rokk did a 3 year of Rokk content, great videos,
Fun, wasn't it, guys?
epic video.
It was a lot of fun.
It was
a
fun.
lot of fun.
And of course, being a GFN ambassador, GFN reached out to me, and they've given me free codes and games, and they've said it's brilliant, Rokk, well done. In my dreams. No, I can assure you that never happened. Right, but anyway, GeForce Now members will soon get access. This is if you are a member as part of their celebrations to Dying Light 2 rewards. Now, Ray and I both own the game, so you can unlock stuff. I do think as well, Ray, that you could probably confirm this.
Yes.
The developers behind Dying Light 2 are celebrating their 1-year anniversary.
Yes.
So
Yes,
they're rolling out new content and stuff anyway, aren't
Right.
they? New
Right.
skins and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, they are. And just remember the priority and the ultimate gets kind of like the premium extra stuff. And then the guys that have the free, you get a free skin. Guys that have like the free account, you can get pick up this free skin.
That's brilliant.
On Dying Light 2.
It is a great game, to be fair. I really enjoyed it first time around. Of course, it uses all the RTX magic as well. So, and I think it's now quite inexpensive as well, isn't it, Ray? I think on Fanatical and all these different places. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I think it's
May
you
not
get
be
Dying
on-
Light. Dying
Sorry.
Light 2 for $30 or under through CD Keys or some of the other
Yeah,
places.
you pretty much
to
get it
set
for
up.
you get it for half off. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you can get a good deal on
I
it.
streamed it last night, and there was a couple of jump scares where I was like, "Oh my god!" But
£16.79, less
Yeah.
than $20.
that is
You can-
awesome.
And the first one you can get is that for £6.
Yes,
Bloody hell.
and that's a
Man,
great game as well.
I'm
It's a
gonna
great-
have
Especially
to.
Platinum Edition. That's a hell of a deal for the Platinum Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ultimate Edition is $40. What are the difference of the editions? I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be all the DLCs built in, maybe.
Right, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, it's just a pure guess. And of course,
Sometimes it's good to dig into that though and to figure out what DLC is worth it,
Yeah.
and maybe it's not, and then you can go pick up the original for next to nothing, and then buy the DLC, the one you want for $5.
Bro,
you know,
I
or-
bought editions thinking that I had this and it was in this edition. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah,
my
you gotta-
God,
Yeah.
no."
Gotta pay
I've done
attention.
that.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
done that.
yeah.
Yep, I've
Yeah.
done that as well. So there you go. Quick run through the old news. We'll now head across to the one and only Simply Pwned Gaming. Woohoo! Look at it.
Right on. Look at that big head. You. All
Wow.
right.
Pro tips
So-
today, my friend.
Yes. Let me skip just ahead just a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so today my pro tips for you are Mafia 1. This title was originally made in 2002 and it was remade in 2020. An inadvertent brush with the mob thrust cab driver Tommy Angelo into the world of organized crime. Initially uneasy about falling in with the Solari family, the rewards become too big to ignore. So in this title, you're basically part of the mafia. It's a very interesting story. It's very cinematic. It's very much like the Godfather movie. If you've ever seen that, the remake of the game is absolutely stunning. The city is almost a character in itself. The remake is beautiful. They redid all the facial animations. The voice acting is on point. I mean, just look at the city backdrop. I mean, it's stunning. So in this title, the city's kind of locked down. It's not quite like GTA. You don't have that kind of freedom. The second one gives you that freedom, but in this one, you're kind of locked into your mission chains and stuff. So first tip is shooting is a little bit janky. What I mean by that is you get a circle that kind of floats around the screen, and somewhere in the center of that circle is where your bullet's going to go. It never shrinks. It never has a crosshair or anything. You kind of have to guess where you're going to hit. Once you dial that in, you'll start getting headshots frequently, so no worries there, but shooting is a little janky. While you're in combat, hide behind stuff to recover a small amount of your health. It recharges over time, especially near death. It'll help you to just stay behind something and not get hit for a minute. As you're driving around the city, it's very simulation-esque kind of, in the sense that you're supposed to follow the speed limit. You're supposed to follow the traffic lights if there are any. You're supposed to follow the rules of the road. Cops will literally try to pull you over and chase you and everything else if you're not acting accordingly. So, you have a thing called a limiter. When you're driving, you can make it to where you can't go over the speed limit, which helps you tremendously to avoid getting chased by the cops. But if you do get chased by the cops, look for a long road and just speed down it. There's also little alleyways you can hit and make them not be able to follow you as well. Grab extra weapons and ammo from the armory between missions. It's very important. Sometimes weapons are unlocked and you don't realize it. And it's much better to have some of the other weapons rather than the ones they give you off the bat. Let's see. Definitely utilize the cover in gunfights, like I was saying. Better car handling is at higher speeds, but some of the cars don't get up that fast. Always check your garage because there are faster cars in there. You don't have to necessarily use the car they gave you. There is about a quarter of the way through the game, there's a very intense and hard racetrack mission where you're supposed to race and you have to win. It's very hard. Practice that race to win it, because if you make one mistake, you can possibly lose it. And mess with the difficulty if you have to. Lower the difficulty to beat the race if you're just trying to get past it. But if you want trophies, you may have to turn the difficulty up because you get scores for the missions and stuff. And the last thing is explore all of your surroundings completely, because there's a lot of collectibles in the game. The city isn't exactly open world, but in a lot of the missions, you can explore a whole facility and you were just supposed to run past it. So keep that in mind if you're looking for collectibles. But definitely check out this game. I did not have the greatest time later in the game. There's a thing in games called ambient occlusion or something like that. And it's like in Red Dead, as an example, two wagons can't occupy the same space. So when they get too close, they kind of freak out, suck into each other, and then explode out. Well, later in the games, there's like 3 missions where you're supposed to drive, and my car would not stay on the road. You go over bumps in the road, your car is supposed to go like this. My car was bouncing and then flipping over, and then you'd flip it over and it'd bounce again. It was very hard. I got past it. But yeah, I don't know. That was one little glitch that I ran into. But the game overall is very enjoyable. They did such a fantastic job on the voice acting and the way they redid the textures on their faces. It was a really great experience. There's Mafia 1, Mafia 2, and Mafia 3. Mafia 3 is probably the one you're more familiar with because it was the last one of the series that came out. But don't sleep on this one if you missed it. It's pretty incredible. But also, don't go into the game thinking it's GTA and you can run around the city and do anything you want, because it is a little locked down. If you want that, jump into the second one.
Wow, nice.
Can I just ask, SPG, was that
Yes.
is this a remaster? It is, isn't it? Because those graphics are impeccable.
Yeah, it is. It was remade. It's a remake, but they call it the definitive edition.
Right. Okay.
Is what they actually call it. But they did remake it, and it looks beautiful. Now the second one is a little more newer than this one was, so they polished it. They didn't quite remake it like they did this one, but this one holds up extremely well. The city was just magnanimous walking through it. It really puts you in that time frame.
You look at some of these cinematic scenes, and the faces on them look just so real. Like that Spider-Man game you've been playing recently. Those, and that's brand new.
Yes.
And, it just looks so real. What they're doing with graphical technology nowadays is mind-blowing.
Yeah, when you have an NPC in front of you now and you're watching a cutscene, you literally feel like you're in front of that actor. Like they're a real character. I don't know. It's much like film and how it's progressed, but they're getting there in gaming. They really are, to where it makes you feel like you're in the story and you're part of it. So
yeah, that's the kind of game I love. They're my favorite games. It is a genre. It is a genre that I'm always. I think most of us are fascinated by, which is bizarre in a way when you think about it. Because if they make a film, if you hear about gangs at war now, you think, oh, what's wrong with these idiots? And yet, for some reason, it has a glamour to it if it's in the 1920s and they're running around with machine guns. Quite weird.
And the language they use, like they call their guns, the Tommy guns, typewriters, and like it's just so weird. Some of the language they use, yeah, it's like real 1920s slang. So it's very different. It's very cool though. And I am going to give tips for Mafia 2. But if anybody is going to jump into Mafia 2, I will give you a warning, much like myself. It is a bit sweary. It has got a lot of colorful language. Mafia 2 does. This one doesn't.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you so much, my friend, as always. And it always gets me so up for wanting to play these games once William talks through them. Right, next up in our whistle-stop tour of the Rokk Show, it's... Ray's praise, don't they? Who we got today, Ray?
Today we are going to be praising my good friend from the UK, Nerds World. He's a huge supporter of, and I watch. Oh my God, he just popped in the stream too. He is a huge supporter of the Rokk brand. We love him to death. If you go to Nerds World, his channel, he used to have some of his gaming content on there, but if you go to channels, he has a list, and Simply Pawn and myself were on that list, of all kinds of gamers that you could click on and watch their content. But what I'm also loving is he also has another channel, and it is his Bricks Unleash. He's a huge... I gotta play this so we can look at his handsome face right here.
Ray, apparently he's from Canada, not the UK. But
it's UK, Ontario. My bad. UK, Ontario.
Right,
okay.
There he is.
I didn't say UK, Ontario. All right, let me...
Star Wars, Dagobah system.
And there he is showing it off. But he is from UK, Ontario.
Wow.
So, sorry. UK, Ontario, not the UK. And he's just an amazing guy. My son loves Legos. And if you go to his Bricks Unleash, he does Legos. But he also, he's also a gamer just like us. But I just wanted to praise him because he's been just not just a great friend, but a great person in the community. He's always jumping in our chats on Discord. He's always been support of us, huge supporter of us. And Nerds World, just want to thank you for your bricks, for your gaming content, and just being a cool dude from Canada, UK, Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
Being a cool dude.
Woohoo! Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, my friend.
London, Ontario. That's why.
London.
Ontario. London, Ontario.
He loves the horror genre in games. And And yeah, I love the Lego stuff, man. I am very impatient. I'm ADHD, so to watch some of these things come together is just magnificent. I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't.
Do you know, I actually thought you said there for a second, I'm very impatient, I'm 88. And I was thinking, wow, he don't look nothing like it, do he?
I'm 88.
I ain't got much time left. Get on with the build, boy.
Yeah.
That
There
is
you
so
go.
cool.
Yeah,
is so
it's
cool.
awesome. Well done. Thank you so much, Ray. As always, fantastic
not a problem.
spot. We love it, don't we? David, are you ready, my friend? We're going.
I am nearly. I'm just pulling up something that I've forgotten to pull up.
Don't worry, you can improv like the rest of us do. Ah,
Oh,
look, it's young Bear. Oh, bless little Bear. We missed our Bear dosage this week, haven't we? He's normally sat on your shoulders like a little bear parrot, doing his little hairy sort of cuddly stuff that he does.
All right.
That would certainly do the old back
Here we
end.
go.
I was going to say, don't worry too much, my friend, if you wanted to just chat through it, but no, don't put up your use of alcohol and your violence. I'm taken down. What the hell are you doing?
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Today, and I know you all already know about it because we've talked about it already. But today we have Hogwarts Legacy coming out.
Ooh.
PlayStation players who purchased the deluxe edition on pre-order can already play it, and everyone else, Xbox and PC, are able to pre-install now to play in about an hour's time. Is that right, SPG?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is due out, and I mean we all know what it's going to be about. It's Harry Potter, but it's I think it's set long before the Harry Potter series ever begins. It's just based in Hogwarts.
It's a prequel.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say about it. It's gonna be a really great game. I'm excited to see everyone play it over the next week or two. I know SPG's planning on getting into it with Sierra.
Yeah, can I add one thing about this game? For everybody that has it on Steam that pre-ordered it or whatever, the deluxe edition, only the deluxe edition, you are able to play it today at 1 o'clock. But you can preload it now. If your Steam doesn't show you can preload it, shut Steam down, relog in, and it should be there available for you to preload. So
can I just exercise my one bugbear that I struggle with these days, William? When you say today at 1 o'clock, where in the freaking world at 1 o'clock?
That's right. That would be 1 p.m. Eastern, which I think is 12 CST for me.
Right.
But yeah, when they don't give all the time zones, sadly.
No, I just love it the way everyone goes, yeah, it's 3 o'clock. And then, well, hang on, I don't know where you are in the world.
You're in UK, you're in Canada. Wait, what are we talking?
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. No, I did.
Legacy, this is coming out today. It's going to be a big blockbuster of a game.
It's already massive, isn't it? It's already one of the.
It really is. It really
number
is.
one, I think.
Mm-hmm. This is honestly going to be an entry for Game of the Year when it comes to the back end of the year.
Yeah.
Easily.
I think you're right. Yep.
Easily. Yeah. But if you don't see it available for pre-install on Steam, if you just shut down your Steam browser and reopen it, it should be available because some people have noticed that as an issue.
Well, what I find so interesting is even if the game is a little bit of a letdown, like the actual playing arc or whatever, what they did was take the lore and the world very serious. And for all the people that read the books and everything that might have a mental image, now they can go play around in that world that somebody took great lengths to make it real for real or to follow lore. So very excited for it.
I tell you what else is interesting as well is that if you think about when Harry Potter first emerged as a movie, let alone a book, we're talking about what, 2004, 5, something like that.
Like when I was a little kid, I remember.
Yeah. Well, this is my point. This is my point, David. It's this game now coincides with you as a little kid at an age where you're now going out and buying games and stuff, right? So that's why it's going to be a massive success, because this is the first time people that remember the movies can get to actually experience a real quality Harry Potter universe take. Yeah. Which is why it's going to be massive.
And another point of that is that the when it comes to Harry Potter, the audience doesn't age out much like Star Wars. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you've got a very large dichotomy of all kinds of people that are actual fans.
The books fed one generation. The books fed one generation, and we had movies feed another. And now we've got games and other franchises spinning off from the original Harry Potter movies to feed another generation and to keep it alive as a franchise.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's doing really well.
my son was born in 2008, so to take him to the Harry Potter Universal Studio and see him run around with his wand, man, I was like, God, I wish that was me. But it also, this game introduces to the younger generation how awesome these books, the movies, I mean, how awesome this world is.
Yeah.
And so I'm just happy, and I know he's going to be watching me play it because I'm not letting him play it. I'm playing it first. And
world building always excites me when it comes to a piece of IP or lore that I like. Whenever it's world building and it expands upon that and makes it more deep, I just love that kind of stuff, man. I really do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I saw kids dressed up as little Harry Potters, and it just like, and watching them coming out of dressing rooms with their wands and their glasses and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't standing there like a pervert watching.
Okay. No, we never assumed that was the case, right?
Jesus.
Yeah. No, we would never assume that.
Yeah,
Watching little kids coming out of dressing rooms, the last thing we want to do is clip that, do we?
We can't fix this
little wands. That's exactly the word for word. That's exactly what he said.
I know it.
I can't figure out whether to watch all of your streams playing this game or avoid them all and the hope that I could win it on one of your giveaways or something, Rokk, because there's no chance of me buying this anytime soon. But
well, mate, Friday is the giveaway, so you've not got long to wait, being a very honoured member. This Friday we'll be doing the old Hogwarts Legacy on any platform. So whatever works for you, you can choose the version. And 60 days of whatever the premium subscription service for that service is.
So whoever wins has a date with the Sorting Hat. Get ready.
Yes, I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's really cool.
I'm positive it wasn't bad.
For a second, I thought, is he calling me the Sorting Hat? And am I supposed to date whoever wins? What's this all about?
I'm practicing my
can I clarify? Is that one of those giveaways that you've got to go enter on Twitter, or is that one of the ones that will go live with the stream?
That's a Twitter one.
Right.
Well, it's actually Facebook, Twitter, and all the other places, but you've seen it on Twitter. Yeah.
Yes. Just for people in the chat, go
No,
check
thank
it
you. The best way, absolutely. If you go to rockshow.com, which is my website, ROKK-show.com, and then up at the top above my little head, you'll see it says latest giveaways. Click on there and you can enter to win Hogwarts, Last of Us Part 1 on PC. What was the other ones, Ray? What else have we got? We've got, crikey, let me think. It was moved back to April 28th. What one was that again? Anyway, there's loads there. Loads, I'll tell you. Look at him, little fella. Look at his little cute face. Oh, his little chubby cheeks. Yeah, so if you click on that one there you go. And it's the top. There you go, Jedi Survivor. So there you are.
Another.
Look at these.
Yeah. So these are all there. You can click and enter any of those. It even tells you how long you got left. Look, guys. Look, I tell you, there's no expense spared, mate. No expense spared.
No.
No
loss, everything to gain.
Absolutely. Thanks for the plug, brother.
I'd like to
look at
three of those.
Yeah. What else we got to look forward to in the coming days? Then
it's a little bit late because obviously I wasn't around last week properly because the move. But Deliver Us Mars is out. It came out on the 2nd of this month. And I thought you would actually be able to speak a little bit on this one, Rokk, because you've played it quite a bit.
I have, mate. Yeah, I've put in about half a dozen hours or so, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look, if you enjoyed Deliver Us the Moon, then I think you'll find enough in Deliver Us Mars. I found a couple of little bugs, which was a shame. And they're not game-stopping bugs, but they did stop me for a bit until I worked out what had happened. But overall, I tell you the thing I like most about this iteration is there's more of a story. Mm-hmm. So with Deliver Us the Moon, there was a story, but it wasn't front and center.
You had to uncover it.
Yeah, it was largely towards the end of the game. Whereas here from the beginning, you're very much immersed in the story. There's lots of little cutscenes with her family, and it kind of jumps about a little bit in the chronology of the thing and what have you. But I haven't got anywhere near as far as this yet. I'm still stuck with me lasers, but yeah, I think it's a good game, and actually, it's not that expensive. I mean, it's another $20 game if you buy it on Steam or CD Keys, and I think it's definitely worth that. So yeah, good. I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's one of those great puzzlers as well. If you like racking your brains and walking through these cute little, well, not cute little, but these amazing graphic corridors and trying to figure out these grand puzzles to uncover a plot, it really can tickle your brain if you're into those types of games.
Absolutely.
All right, moving on. This is not in the next week, but it's a big title, and it's only 2 weeks today. Atomic Hearts is coming out, and it's even going to be released to Game Pass, so you don't even need to purchase it. I mean, there is a deluxe edition which will come with all the bells and whistles, but this game, it looks absolutely phenomenal. It's set in a dystopian type of 1955 USSR, and it's all focused around robots and AI and trying to fix the mess that humanity's made by uncovering robots with AI. It looks phenomenal. It really does.
Now, is that coming to GFN? Do you know, David?
I'm not.
Yes, it is.
There we
go.
Because
that would be
yeah.
Well, that would be a phenomenal title to check out with the 4080 with RTX on. You should be able to get a locked 60 frames at least with that, even more with DLSS. It should look phenomenal.
It just looks stunning, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, you've got this power glove that you've got on the left hand, which will unlock abilities throughout the game. You've got all these amazing weapons that it shows, and it's
wow.
Yeah,
it reminds me like a high tech BioShock kind of, like a reimagined almost.
It's got that BioShock look to it.
Yeah,
right.
Neato burrito says
on my list.
Absolutely.
On my list.
Moving away from gaming slightly.
No spoilers. You guys will like it. I mean,
that shows you how good the writing is. There was hardly any action in episode 3, and there was a bunch in 4, and Ray says episode 3 was better. You should go watch this show.
Yeah, love it.
Love it. Love it to pieces, I do love.
Oi!
All right, my darling.
Around everything. Doesn't matter who you are, it's nostalgic for everyone. It really is. Whether it was your brother who played it, or whether it was yourself, or whether it was your dad who beat you with the track. It's nostalgic for everyone.
Might have been nostalgic for you, mate. In my day, it was horseshoes and Diablos. There was no such thing as Hot Wheels.
Trying to game of horseshoes, right?
No,
over
when I was young, my first it went Star Wars. I went through my Star Wars phase, and then I went into my Hot Wheels phase, and I had like a suitcase.
It's hard to get
cards.
whooped with jacks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that? Do you used to like turn a thing to get and then release it to let the cars go?
I remember my friend had that, man. That was so
you know
cool.
those cars that you could go like this and it would rev it up, and you know how many kids had to get their hair cut because of those toys? They'd rev them up and hold it up to their ear.
Cowboys saying everything you guys love. I'm over here like, come on, Cowboy. What did
he
you
just
like
likes to whinge. He likes to be controversial and say something.
What did you play with when you was a little cowboy?
Well, if he was on the show, I would say, "Hey, Anthony, what do you think?" And then he'd start, and I'd go, "It doesn't matter what you think." That's what would happen.
He loves to play with his little pony. That's what he loves. My Little Pony.
I thought it was my jabroni. I'm getting so confused.
Oh, guys. Thank you so much. Fantastic show. We're a little bit quicker than we normally are because Ray's got to shoot off to look after his little fella.
Yeah.
And I've got to shoot off to look after another one of these business networking things I've got to get involved with. And Davey, we can't keep him stood up for an hour, bless him.
I know.
How you get to the customers is what I need. There's a $1 waiting for me.
Where's my fries? Any road up. Guys, quickly, what have you got coming up this week, William?
Today at 4:15, we're going to discuss on an episode of The Man Cave on my channel, we're going to discuss Wakanda Forever. Spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, watch it and then go check out our episode. We're going to deep dive into that series.
I haven't watched it, but I know I was watching. I think Renaissance Men was tweeted in the week. He wasn't too impressed with it. He thought it was quite.
Me neither, to be honest, but for different reasons, maybe.
Okay.
I'll definitely dive into him, but I'll tell you this, though. There's a side character named M'Baku, and he's in the movie about 10 minutes. He's the best part of the movie.
Seriously?
That's a problem. Yeah.
We've got a drink in this country called that, haven't we, David?
M'Baka? yeah, it's like... spicy
drinking in the jungle or something. I can't remember how it goes now.
Sambuca? I don't know.
Oh, who knows? Ray, what have you got coming up this week, my friend?
My good friend, Crazy Vet Cloud, Vet Cloud, or Vet. We do our
whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever his name. Vet. We're doing our sports talk show. Of course, you guys know it is Super Bowl Sunday, so we'll be talking about the Super Bowl. As far as streaming later tonight, I'm taking a break because I'm gonna be, I don't know, probably riding a Griffin later on. So check that out. Yeah, that's what I got planned.
Have they said who the act is in the middle or anything yet? They usually have a big, like last year they had a whole bunch of rappers, didn't they? Which I actually quite enjoyed.
They got the beautiful Rihanna.
Oh, yeah, but she's not supposed to be that nice, is she, in real life?
You know what? No. Look, man, divas.
Diva, yeah.
Divas. It's a diva.
She we've got a singer over here called I've forgotten her name now. She's just
Rita?
Yes. Got Ray's on the case, so you know exactly what I'm going to say here, don't you, Ray?
Yes. I love me some. Yes.
Rita. What's she called, David?
Rita Ora.
Right, and she was signed to the same.
Man, goodness gracious!
She was signed to the same. Is it who is the big
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z, yeah,
Rokk.
right. And the story goes that she
the Illuminati symbol
jumped all over Rita Ora's career because she didn't want to be out divaed, and she had to buy herself out from Jay-Z in order to actually get started.
Oh man!
So the rumors go. Ella, and David, my good friend, what have you got coming up? I suppose more moving and furniture purchasing.
More moving. I don't really do that much streaming, Rock. I'll be here again next week, most likely. But one thing I would love to shout out.
Most likely? I'd love commitment. I might turn up, see how I feel.
I just like to be a little casual about things. But no, I'll be here next week. And one thing I'd love to shout out, though, is Bjorn's event. Would you like to do a little spiel about this, Rock?
No, you can, because you've started it.
That's right. It's your baby now.
I've just heard it in passing from friends, and it sounds something like it sounds really great, and it would be great for more people to take part. I know he's looking for streamers to join is it a 2-day event from the 24th to the 26th?
It's something. Yeah, I get the dates wrong, but look, he's got his own little doggies come to see us. What's he called, William?
Buckley.
Oh,
he's Mr. Luke to me.
Oh, I love dogs. Yeah, no, it's an amazing charity event. I'm going to be on there. I think you guys as well, aren't you? Ray, I know you're involved. William, are you in? Are you in? Or
yeah, I'm doing my normal stream on Friday.
As soon as he hit me up in my DMs, I said yes. I want to be a part of it.
Yeah, we're all. We're all kind of trying to represent charities that are involved with mental health and that side of things. And you're right. I mean, I know he has put so much effort into it, Bjorn, and he has got a ton of stuff to give away. So everybody that streams will have a list of things they'll be able to give away to people in the chat who donate to the charities. But it's got some amazing games. I mean, everybody he's approached from EA to Ubisoft have all said, no problem. How about some of these? So it's going to be a great event. Raymond, can you remember the actual date? Because my head's useless.
So you got the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. I think I'm doing something on the 25th. I'm actually representing because my father was in the military. I'm doing soldiers with mental illness.
That's fantastic.
Guys that serve the military. Of course, people go to war. Sometimes wars do something to their mental state. Yeah. So that's what I'll be doing.
Ah, fantastic.
But big,
I'm doing Suicide in Young People, Papillon, they're called Papyrus, they're called, beg your pardon. But there's yeah, these are all great. I think when we last spoke, William, you hadn't decided who you were going to you in your charity. You're still thinking about that one.
Yeah, I'm still thinking. I'm either going to
Yeah.
piggyback off of Ray's or off of
Mhm.
Bjorn's. So
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's
yeah.
cool. David, are you taking part in it at all?
I'm not, but I'm going to be there all weekend. If there's going
Yeah,
to
of
be
course you
community
will.
plays, I'll be playing. I'll be in the chats. You know what I'm
Yeah.
like. I'm
No,
always there.
absolutely, mate. We are what we call in the trade a wingman. You see, that's exactly what
A
you are.
wingman to you all.
Yeah, you're an absolute diamond. We love you to pieces.
Amen.
Before we go, I just want to one final announcement, and that is that he's here right now. It's Just Joe, lovely guy. He released a game on itch.io, itch.io, I think yesterday, and I'm not kidding. It's freaking amazing. It's called Day One. It's a game that he put together with his daughter, who's only 8, bless her. It's a zombie killer game, and it is really, really good. N7 Spectre's done a video playing it, and he's working with Joe on hammering out some bugs and stuff. He even has a van with his logo on it that Joe's put in the game. Absolutely brilliant.
Amazing.
The future is so bright for this guy.
And I believe it just started as a complete pet project. His daughter was talking about designing games, and he was like, "Do you want to make one?"
Shall
She
we
was
do
like,
one?
"Yeah."
You can download
That's
it for
a great
free if
game.
you have a PC. If you go to itch.io, I know if you go to Joe's Twitter channel, you'll find links there. Because actually, if you go to itch.io and search, I couldn't get it. There's so millions of games every day that go live there. But if you follow the link from Joe's tweets, you'll find it. Download it for free and have
Now,
fun. It's a
yes.
great little game.
Yes, and if you do have fun and you can, go ahead and donate something because his it's just amazing the project he did with his daughter, and I don't know, man, he has been behind
Inspirational.
the scenes in
look for the
Discord
Easter eggs.
showing us some of the building process and stuff, and it is no small feat.
No.
So
He's inspirational. He really is. Sorry, Ray, what were you saying there?
Look for the Easter eggs. He has a lot of Easter eggs in that game
Well,
too.
apparently I'm in it. I didn't realise. And David.
Oh,
So I'm really excited. It's a really good game. I didn't know what to expect, and then I saw it. I thought, actually, this is excellent, just excellent. Well done, mate. Oh, here you go. He's popped a link up there, which I'll leave it there for a couple of seconds. But if you go to Joe's Twitter channel, it's _just_Joe, and you'll find that he's got a tweet that has a direct link into itch.io, where you can play that amazing game, and it is free. Of course, feel free to leave a little donation if you want to, but definitely the guy has a very bright future, and I think it's an inspiration to us all. Fellas, on that note, I think we should all exit stage left, pick up our amps and our weapons of choice, the guitars and the keyboards and David's amazing hair, and just head the hell out while we still can, because they're starting to throw eggs and soiled knickers at the stage. I've had enough. See you guys next week. Take care, everybody.
you all
Take
later.
care. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Awesome chat. You guys are amazing.